Adam Schefter sitting by my side, but he has some news here. Former Ravens running back Gus Edwards reached agreement on a 2-year deal with the Chargers per source. Adam, would you like to continue reading this?
Yeah, well, Hannah, he now goes from John Harbaugh to Jim Harbaugh.
I love it.
He goes from Greg Roman in Baltimore to Greg Roman in Los Angeles. And so the ties here are immense. It is the first free agent deal for Jim Harbaugh in L.A. and for Joe Ortiz, their new general manager, who was in Baltimore with Gus Edwards, knows Gus Edwards well. Austin Eckler still out there as a free agent for the Los Angeles Chargers. We'll see where he winds up here shortly, but Gus Edwards has a 2-year agreement with the Chargers.
That was a great job of like 6 degrees of separation stuff there, Adam. Mina, how do you like this move?
I like it a lot. Edwards been really underrated for a while. Obviously, there's some benefit to running in Baltimore next to Lamar Jackson behind that offensive line. But even when you isolate his production separate from the blocking, he always shows up really high in our advanced metrics. I also like the pairing, of course, with Greg Roman, but also Jim Harbaugh. The Chargers are telling us they want to run the ball better. I'm not saying they want to run the ball more to excess, but better. This has been an issue with this team for a couple years now. And when you look at what Baltimore has done in the run game under Roman, and then now that power running game, I expect to see a lot of continuity between that and what we see in LA next year.
All right, so where does this leave Baltimore? You have Gus Edwards gone, J.K. Dobbins is a free agent. Yeah,
Baltimore is in the same situation that I view the Dallas Cowboys and the Houston Texans. We attached some of the other running backs that have previously signed to Baltimore. We attached Saquon to them last offseason. Going into the last break, I said, well, it's a race between, Dallas and Houston for Derrick Henry and Aaron Jones. Well, now throw Baltimore into that conversation. At some point, these teams that have really good rosters got to add that back.
You know what? Keaton Mitchell's going to come back off of injury, who was an absolute dynamo for them, one of the fastest running backs in the NFL, a guy who John Harbaugh, he was crushed when he got hurt.
Yeah.
That hurt him in the playoffs. Pair a healthy Keaton Mitchell, Derrick Henry.
With who, Lewis?
Derrick Henry.
Derrick Henry, I heard that, yes.
Yeah, I'm telling you, it just makes sense. And look, I'm going to say this loud. Dallas, what are you doing? Derrick Henry.
Yeah.
Why is he not on your –
I
don't get it.
Okay, who is that again? Say it out loud.
Derrick Henry, baby.
There you go.
Go on down to Baltimore.
I like to whisper.
Well, the Green Bay Packers looked at a running back like Josh Jacobs on the open market and decided that they would be better off casting their lot with a player like Josh Jacobs, who had been the franchise running back in Las Vegas, who had been an integral part of Las Vegas's offense. And so they went and made an offer, landed his services, and right after they land his services, they inform Aaron Jones that they're going to be releasing him. Aaron Jones is now a free agent. He becomes the newest running back added to this free agent class. He's now looking for a home. And I think one of the big surprises of the day overall, not only is the Green Bay Packers acting in a very un-Packer-like way, but all the running backs that are going off the board today, flying off the board. Another free agent years, running backs would sit out there for a couple of days, not move at all. And today, they've been flying off the board with a lot of activity.
Schefter, I love how aggressive Green Bay has been. And I love the fact that they add Josh Jacobs. Josh Jacobs, not this past season, but 2 seasons ago, ran for over 1,600 yards and 5 yards per carry. And this is a football team that is super young. We know about their young, talented perimeter players and the speed that they have. They watched their young quarterback, Jordan Love, incrementally take steps last year, and then at the back of the season start to take off his potential superstar. So you add that with a player like Josh Jacobs, and if he gets back to that 2022 form, you're talking about a team that is going to be incredibly balanced on the offensive side of the football, and then in December can play a physical brand in their run game.
A team out there that really needs a running back now, the Dallas Cowboys, because Tony Pollard has gone to the Titans. Adam, fill us in.
Well, Tony Pollard gets a 3-year, $24 million deal from Tennessee. They'll match him with Tajay Spears. It also leaves a hole at running back in Dallas because they lose their running back. So that's interesting as well. And Tennessee goes and adds the newest running back.
Yeah, this is an interesting one to me for Rand Carthon, the general manager in Tennessee, because both Tajay Spears and Tony Pollard are really cut from the same cloth. They're both slashers, one-cut runners, downhill runners, a little bit slight in terms of build. Both of them, I mean, look, Tajay Spears came into the league out of Tulane with a history of maybe some knee issues. Tony Pollard has suffered a lower leg injury in his career right now. This is an interesting pairing for me, but I get it. Look, Brian Callahan is probably thinking, look, we need more big playability at the running back position. And we don't just need it between the tackles and need it in the run game. We need guys who can get on the perimeter, guys who are a threat to take screen passes, little halfback wide passes, and take them for plus 20-yard gains. And both of these guys can do it. You just hope they can stay on the field long enough to get it done for a full 17 games.
Yeah, Pollard had 55 catches last season, career high. All right, let's go to Chicago, where they added DeAndre Swift to pair with quarterback to be named later. Adam?
Yeah, DeAndre Swift goes to Chicago. It's a situation where he gets a 3-year, $24 million deal. You see the guarantees, 15.3. Chicago coming out of the gate strong and basically make a move on Swift right now to get that done.
I have mixed feelings about this one, in part because I liked Chicago's backfield with Khalil Herbert and Roschon Johnson. I thought they had a nice 1-2 punch, and the run game reflected that last year. However, Swift does bring a different element. He's only a few years removed from being a really dynamic pass-catching threat in Detroit. Had over 60 targets 3 years ago, and I have to think with Chicago onboarding a rookie quarterback under the new offense coordinator Shane Waldron, they like the idea of having a back who can be a reliable check down option for that quarterback, most likely get yards after the catch. It's not, an incredibly large contract. This is a team with a ton of cap space, but I don't know. A little bit mixed feelings about it just because I like the backs that they had.